How to rebuild self-worth after toxic relationships. Part 1. The wounds we carry. Understanding the impact of toxic relationships. You're not broken, you are healing. If no one has told you lately, you are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to grieve what you lost and what you never got. Welcome back to the Powerful Bee channel, where healing begins with softness, where we remind each other that power doesn't have to roar. Sometimes, power is whispering to yourself, I deserve better. Today, we're talking about something deeply personal and all too common: how to rebuild your self-worth after a toxic relationship. If your heart is aching, if your spirit feels bruised, if your confidence has been chipped away piece by piece, this is for you. Let's begin with the most important truth. You did not deserve what happened to you. 1. The slow erosion of self-worth. Toxic relationships don't always begin in chaos. Often they start with charm, with attention, with validation. And before we know it, the very person who once made us feel seen begins to make us feel small. You might have been gaslighted, where your reality was constantly questioned, blamed for things that were never your fault, emotionally neglected or manipulated, made to feel like your needs were too much, expected to shrink so they could shine. Over time, even the strongest women begin to doubt themselves. You start to ask, was I too sensitive? Was it really that bad? Maybe I should have tried harder. But here's the truth. Toxic people often project their own shame onto others. And when you're an empath, a nurturer, a woman who leads with love, you're more likely to internalize it. That does not mean you were weak. It means you were human. 2. Why it hurts so deeply. The pain of a toxic relationship goes deeper than heartbreak. It's the confusion, the invalidation, the questioning of your very sense of self. Toxic relationships rewire your inner dialogue. Where there was self-trust, now there's hesitation. Where there was joy, now there's hypervigilance. Where there was confidence, now there's second-guessing. And yet we stay. Not because we're foolish, but because we believe in potential. We remember the good moments. We cling to hope. This is how trauma bonds are formed. Your brain gets caught in cycles of reward and punishment, approval and criticism, love and withdrawal. You become addicted to the tiny glimpses of affection because they feel like proof that you're not crazy, that you're still worthy. It's not your fault, but it is your opportunity to stop the cycle, to rebuild, to come home to yourself. 3. Emotional overwhelm and the cost of self-abandonment. One of the silent wounds toxic relationships cause is emotional exhaustion. You've likely spent months or years trying to manage someone else's emotions while ignoring your own. You learn to walk on eggshells to avoid conflict, prioritize their moods over your peace, stay silent to keep the peace, even when it costs your voice. This is called self-abandonment. It's when we disconnect from our feelings, needs, and truth to stay in survival mode. But survival is not the same as living, and you, beautiful soul, were meant to live. 4. You are not alone. Before we go further, I want you to breathe with me. Inhale, I am safe now. Exhale, I am coming back to myself. Take another breath. Feel your body. You are not alone in this journey. Women all over the world have walked through the same fire, and many are walking it with you right now. That community of survivors, it includes you. You are not too damaged. You are not too late. You are not defined by who hurt you. You are allowed to begin again. 5. Gentle truths for a healing heart. Let's begin to rebuild. Before any affirmations, before any goals, start with acknowledgement. Repeat these to yourself gently, like you're speaking to your inner child. It wasn't my fault. I was trying to love someone who didn't know how to receive it. My love is not the problem. My softness is not weakness. I deserve safe, consistent love. Let each word be a drop of medicine. Let them sink in slowly. If your heart trembles as you say them, that's okay. That trembling means you're finally telling yourself the truth. 6. Why you don't need closure from them. One of the greatest myths of healing is that we need closure from the person who hurt us. The truth, you don't need their apology. You don't need them to understand what they did. You need you. You need your own presence, your own validation, your own permission to let go. Closure isn't something they give you. It's something you claim. Let your healing be the answer. Let your peace be the final word. 7. Giving yourself the love you were denied. Let's close this first part by asking a powerful question. What did you need most in that relationship that you never received? Was it honesty, consistency, safety, respect, compassion? Now, can you begin offering that to yourself? If you needed more reassurance, speak to yourself kindly. If you needed more presence, slow down and breathe with yourself. If you needed protection, begin setting boundaries like sacred lines. You're not just recovering, you're reparenting your wounded heart. You're becoming your own safe space. In part 2, we'll explore how to start that rebuild, from daily rituals that restore your nervous system to affirmations that awaken your self-worth. We'll talk about how to trust again, starting with yourself. Because peace isn't something you find, it's something you return to, and you're almost home.